Hi guys, and welcome to another Watch Geek video. Today we'll be reviewing a couple of straps from Uncle Seiko, or recently named Uncle Straps. If you're into watches, you most likely heard about him. He's a legend among us, and I've heard about him years ago on the watch forums. And he has been recreating vintage rubber straps and bracelets, first for Seiko, and then he started doing it for Omega, and now he does it for Tudor and other brands. I'll leave the link to his site in the description, but I see him as a problem solver. First, I reached out when I was thinking about getting an old Speedmaster that had that dreaded T-shaped end link on the bracelet, trying to get his versions of the vintage Speedmaster bracelets to make it fit my small wrist. Later, I kind of got, Omega launched the new Speedmaster with a U-shaped end link on the bracelet, so that kind of solved that problem by itself. But since I got my Tuna, if you know anything about Seiko divers, you know they have extra long rubber straps, because these are professional divers and they're meant to be worn around the rubber suit or a diving suit. Because of that, they're very long, usually 130 millimeters, or in the case of this Tuna, 140 millimeters, which for us small-wristed guys presents a problem. That's where Uncle Seiko comes in, because he not only offers the recreation of the Seiko rubber strap in standard length, but he also offers a shorter version, which is what I ordered for this Tuna. Not only that, but he does this historical GL831, which is one of the best looking Seiko straps, because it does have that accordion style venting, but it's a straight one, and that's the one I love, because these originally came on many historical Seiko divers. Now, just for reference, you can see the difference in length between this and this. Now, the Tuna, truth be told, because of such a short lug to lug, even with this extra long rubber strap, doesn't look as ridiculous on my wrist as I thought it would. But me losing a couple of pounds recently, I have to tie it to the fourth hole instead of the fifth one, and now I do have the dreaded piece that's sticking out, as you can see it right here. Before, when I was slightly chunkier, it was more acceptable, but now I have this. And if you have small wrists like mine is like between 6.5 and 6.7, you know this and you dread it, especially on other watches that are not Tuna, where you have standard lugs. This is gonna stick out even more, making the watch look ridiculous on our small wrists. Now, we'll be doing this, we'll be switching to the Uncle Seiko short one, and then we're gonna see the result. The cool thing is that he offers these in this standard black color with no decoration, a lot of different colors, and he has this beautiful, they call it tattooed one, that has these engravings, and I really do like that one. Although I believe for starters, we'll just switch it to the regular one. Let me just get it out. There we go. He also sends his own spring bars, and this is the one. Look how cool that is. He also offers different buckles. So you have black PVD buckles, you have rose gold and yellow gold. This rose gold is the one that's gonna match the rose gold Tuna, and you have standard silver ones. They come in 20 and 21, 22 millimeter width, and the difference between length with standard ones, they're usually between 78 short part and 130 the long one, while the shorter versions are 74 by 120 and 125. I believe these are 125, which is quite a big difference between the 140 on this one. Combined with the shorter this part, it should fit my wrist beautifully. Now let me just give me a couple of minutes to switch out the bracelets off camera, because I don't want to scratch this beauty, and we'll be right back. And we're back. I removed the Seiko stock one and put the Uncle Seiko one. Now this one is slightly thinner than the original Seiko one. It's not silicone, it's more rubbery, which is something I actually prefer. These are kind of stretchy. As you can see, you can pull it and stretch the whole strap. So if you have a heavy watch like this one, it's gonna start stretching the strap. On this one, no, it is still supple. It's not even close to being as stiff as the regular Seiko ones found on the SKX. So this is a much better rubber than the one found on the SKX, but it's not silicone, so it's not as stretchy. It's more firm, which is something I prefer. Another thing I like is the fact the spacing of the holes seems to be slightly smaller, meaning that you can get a perfect fit much better than on this one. Overall, a very cool strap. And now let's strap it on to see if it eliminates that huge tongue that sticks out on the regular ones. Okay, definitely it's missing. As you can see, it's all the way there. Now the watch won't look as ridiculous on my wrist as it used to. Very cool. Nice. Now, being a rubber one and not a silicone one, I believe these are gonna like conform to your wrist and shape out, start to get a shape of your wrist over time, which is again something I like. And the best thing is that it has this vintage look that is appropriate for a Tuna more than this accordion one, even though this is a very nice strap, one of the best Seiko straps I ever tried. But I believe I'll be wearing this on this one. Now, even if you can handle these long Seiko straps, in case you have some kind of a limited edition or one that has this really nice keeper done in rose gold, and you want to keep it or save it because it's, like I said, some kind of a limited edition or something, you can put this in a box and wear it on something like this, worry-free, because you can order one for a fraction of the price of the stock one. Very cool and very nice. Anyways, thank you for watching. Like I said, check out Uncle Seiko. I'll leave the link in the description, and it really made me happy because now that thing is not gonna be sticking out on my smallish wrist. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.